Good morning, boys and girls. I'm Miss Hong, if you haven't met me already, and today I'll be teaching you that fractions can sometimes be equivalent to whole numbers. Now, before we start our lesson, I'm going to recap the vocabulary that we learned from last week because that'll be essential in explaining fractions. So I'm going to share my screen now, and you should see a whiteboard on your screen. Let's see. All right, so let's say a Domino's pizza just arrived. Yes. But the thing is I can't finish this all by myself. So I invited Miss Daniela to help me finish this. But because I'm sharing, it does not mean that I don't take my pizza seriously. So I want to partition this pizza equally and fairly. Partition means to split into parts. All right, so I'm going to put this vocabulary word on our vocabulary board so we can keep referring back to it. Okay, and then I'm going to partition this pizza into two equal parts. And then I think I can partition this even further. So I'm going to actually make 4 parts. And I'm going to write that down. All right, now what about this pizza? How many parts are there? How many parts is this pizza partitioned into? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 parts. Now, it wouldn't be fair if Miss Daniela, in this pizza diagram, ate 3 slices and I only got 1, or vice versa, right? We want to make sure that we each get the same amount of slices of pizza. So I'm going to keep track by creating a fraction. Now, what we have already done is we partition the pizza slices into 4 parts and to 8 parts. And these two numbers will represent our denominator in our fraction. Denominator means that a denominator represents the number of equal parts an item is divided into, as we see 8 parts and 4 parts. And the denominator of a fraction is always on the bottom. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to put this up on our vocabulary board. All right. So because we want to split this up evenly, I'm going to eat a slice, and Miss Daniela is going to eat a slice, and I'm going to have another one, and she's going to have another one. So each of us get how many slices? 2 slices. 2 slices. All right. And then what about for this 8-piece pizza? How many slices would each of us get? I get 1, Miss Daniela gets 1, I get 1, she gets 1, I get 1, she gets 1, I get 1. So I would get 4, and she would get 4. 4 slices. So what we just found out represents our numerator. A numerator represents the number of parts out of a whole. And this makes sense because Miss Daniela wouldn't eat all 4 slices of pizza, and she wouldn't eat all 8 slices of pizza. She only gets 4 and 2. And the numerator of a fraction always is on the top of the fraction line, which I'm going to create right now. So our fraction would be 4/8 for the 8-piece pizza and 2/4 for the 4-piece pizza. All right, and I'm going to put this numerator on top of the denominator flashcard so we remember that the numerator is always on top and the denominator is always on the bottom. All right, so let me give you a new scenario. What if I was starving, let's say, and I accidentally ordered 3 whole pizzas by myself. And while I'm paying the Domino's delivery man, Miss Daniela sneaks into the kitchen and she eats 8 slices of pizza. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. I was furious at her because in my head, 8 slices of my 3 pizzas is more than half. But I want to prove it to her because I'm just so mad, right? So I'm going to show how eating 8 slices of pizza of my 3 pizzas is actually her eating more than half of my pizzas, which is not fair, right? So here we go. I'm going to partition my 3 pizzas into 4 equal parts. So here's what I mean by that. I'm gonna make 4 equal parts, and I'm gonna put that right here to make a note of it. 4 parts. All right, and we established that she ate 8 slices of pizza. So we're gonna shade in 8 slices. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna put 8 slices. Now, here's our fraction. Here's the numerator. Here's the denominator. Now, this picture actually makes me even more mad because if you look at this picture, you can see that she ate 2 whole pizzas because 2 pizzas are fully shaded. And that also gives us another clue that this fraction also represents a whole number, a hidden whole number, which is 2. Do you guys see that? Look at that. So 8 over 4 is equal to 2 pizzas. Doesn't that just make you mad? Oh, made me so mad. So let me show you on the number line. Oh, this is gonna trigger you. Oh my goodness. So on this number line, as you can see here, I'm gonna show that she did in fact eat more than half of 3 pizzas. All right, so this is gonna be another way of representing this fraction. All right, so first things first is I'm going to label my number line. And we established that we partitioned each pizza into 4 parts, right? So this is 1/4, this is 1/4, this is 1/4, this is 1/4, right? So that means in our number line, we need to split it up into fourths. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna do that right here too. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there are 4 parts to each pizza. Now, let's label it now. It's gonna be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. This is 1, keep in mind. 1, right? This represents 1 pizza right here. And we have 2 more pizzas that we want to represent. So keep that in mind. 4/4. I'm going to keep labeling. 5/4, 6/4, 7/4. Here's the big number. 8/4, 9/4, 10/4, 11/4, and 12/4. Now, we established here that she ate 2 whole pizzas. 8 over 4 is equal to 2 pizzas. So we know that 8 over 4 is 2. Now, do you see another hidden whole number on this number line? I'm going to give you a second to think. Cough, cough. Right here. 12 over 4 to represent our 3rd pizza. Now, what do you wonder about this number line? Do you see any patterns? What do you notice? Now, I want you to hold that thought and I want you to bring out your math workbook, turn to page 48, while still holding on to that thought or that question that you might have about this number line. And we're going to all share that one little thought or question that you have in our Zoom call. That's going to happen after this video. All right? Thank you, and I'll see you soon.